Safety. We're going to talk for a few minutes about digital transformation. The reason we're doing this is really every day that we at Blackline Safety go to work, we think about how we can help change an industry. How can we help companies use digital tools more effectively? You folks, you all go to work every day wondering, how can I help my business improve performance? Or more specifically, what can I do today to get a better outcome for my job or my employees, my folks? For the next few minutes, I'm going to explore how the concept of digital transformation links into these ideas and how we can help companies from a safety perspective fit their safety performance and productivity performance into this whole idea of digital transformation. Each day I go to work, I try and help folks figure out how they're going to improve their safety and productivity performance. And what I've been hearing for a long time, really what's important to me is the voice of the customer. I'm always listening to what pain points people are having and how they want to have them solved, again, from our safety system perspective. But what I've been hearing a lot over the last 13 years is this idea of digital transformation or doing change and how they can do some of this stuff with tools. But part of the problem with digital transformation and the whole concept of it is it's different for everybody. There's always a different reason or explanation for what digital transformation is depending on the company. So it's become a very confusing concept. Now, you've all heard it before. The concept of digital transformation, but it's just been using different words. So the general idea is, if you think of digital transformation as an industrial revolution, you guys have probably seen stuff like this before, but Industry 1.0, mechanization, steam, water process. Industry 2.0, mass assemblies, vehicles, these types of things. 3.0, you had computer and machine automation, and then we moved to Industry 4.0. So we started talking about the Internet of Things, connectivity, big data. So the last few years, the whole idea of digital transformation has really been attached to this, and there's been a lot of acceleration in the concept of using the digital transformation word. But it really means a bunch of different things, and I mean, you could probably have a 2-hour conference on each one of these words, so we're not going to cover and solve exactly what digital transformation is today, but it's really just to give you an idea what it is. So it's machine learning, it's digitizing assets, it's digitized supply chain, cybersecurity, robotics, wearables. There's a lot of buzz around augmented reality and virtual reality, data streams, cloud computing, different sensors. So to give you an idea of the scope of digital transformation, an organization like a big oil and gas company, they might want to get a bunch of data about when their customers are buying fuel at the pumps and getting all that data and analyzing when people are going to buy fuel. At the total other end of the spectrum, you've got safety professionals like yourselves out in the field trying to understand where risk is at and wanting to look at data to better make decisions on how to avoid risk in the future. So it's two completely different things, but there's a CEO of that company trying to help his team or her team understand how to get all this data to accomplish two completely different goals, and they're calling it digital transformation. And that's part of the problem. It's all these different things, but you see a lot of them here. So if you want to just try and demystify digital transformation a little bit, really what you're talking about is improving performance by leveraging technology. You're accessing insights into your business through the data that you can collect, and you're getting empowerment from that data. But really, digital transformation is just a continuous improvement or evolution in efficiency. So companies are always changing. They're always looking to improve their business, and that's really what digital transformation is. When you want to break it down into some specific systems that most people are using, you're looking at mobile and live connected systems to help with whatever transformation you're looking to do. So you're wanting to empower your folks in the field with information in their hands, or a mobile device that shows them data that helps them do their job a little bit more productive. Computing, optimizing the use of cloud and edge. That's a big thing right now. Where all of your data is stored, how your systems are working. Are they working on your site in the cloud? And there's a bit of a push to get all that data out to the edge, which basically means you want that data to be processed more quickly out where the work is happening. So we've got a couple of systems ourselves that fit into these different buckets, if you will. So if you think of our connected safety monitoring devices, it fits into here. A little bit of edge computing with our area monitor. Our area monitor sits out at the edge of where the data is collected, but it doesn't. You don't need to necessarily work within our website. You can simply set the area monitor up, and it simply starts functioning and working. But then artificial intelligence and machine learning is another big bucket. And we've got our chief data scientist, Laura Asp. He's over at one of our pods, and he can talk to you a little bit more about what we're doing in that space. A quick idea of what data we're talking about here. I mean, from an operations perspective, you got pressure, temp, and flow of all kinds of different process systems. Again, we talked about your customer or your employee locations, assets, fleet tracking. So if you want to think of digital transformation, fleet tracking is really one of those things that people know quite readily. If you got trucks out in the field, the propagation of fleet tracking technology on vehicles has been a big example of a successful digital transformation project. But other people are starting to talk about some other things. So real-time projects for constructions and shutdowns and turnarounds. So people are starting to talk about a 5D construction model, which basically means they're taking a little bit older 3D construction project management tools, and then they're wanting to align scheduling and cost visibility live real time. So they want to understand people on site and understanding whether they're what the billing is going to be and what the costs of the project are going to be. Some other digital transformation projects that, again, you might hear about right now that are usually happening at the companies we're talking to. Electronic forms is a big one, so electronic dispatching, EHS management systems, putting them on mobile devices, our connected worker systems, a live connected gas detector, safety monitoring systems. These are things that people are deploying right now. But the augmented reality and remote assistance is a big one, and we talked about the fleet tracking systems. So I've got this here, why, digitally transform. Well, you could just take out digitally and say, why transform? And again, this just goes back to companies are always wanting to improve. And right now in the world we're in, the digital aspect of it just helps you do that faster and more effectively. So why do you want to transform digitally? It's to improve safety and performance, improve operational performance, or improve your competitive advantage. So at Blackline Safety, the way we fit into that is we want to keep people safe. So from a digital transformation perspective, our difference is the connectivity. So ours is a turnkey wireless system. It has cellular, satellite, and local area networks, so you can get connectivity and access to the data in anywhere at any time. And we have comprehensive live monitoring, and we have real-time data access and insights, all under the idea of keeping people safe. And really, when you think about it, it's all about time. Your time to respond is important because if you know about an incident live in real time, it empowers you with an effective response to get that person help. Time to manage equipment. So connected devices require limited hands-on administration and effort, so it saves you time. You don't have to over-manage equipment. It just sends data out from the field. The time to collect the data. So if you can get data quicker back to a system so that you make decisions, the relevance of that data is much more acute. So you can make more effective decisions if the data is more near term. And then the time it takes to collect the data. So if you think from a gas detection perspective, a connected gas detector out in the field that you don't have to go out and manually pull information off of a dock station, it saves you a lot of time and administrative resources. So again, making change effective kind of comes down to about this time issue. When you start thinking about time from an emergency response perspective, something that's very important to us and to you folks who may use our systems in the future is our response time to an incident. So we have a live 24/7 monitoring center that can respond to alarms from our device or a request for help. And we've got a response metric of responding to alarms within 60 seconds in 99.7% of the time. And this helps our mandate of a rescue versus a recovery. So we've managed 155,000 alerts. That's not all people asking for help. There's a lot of training and test alarms in there. And then we've got an in-house 24/7 operations center, and we monitor right now about 25,000 devices in our monitoring center that might need help at any one time or another. So a little bit of a takeaway for you from a digital transformation perspective, if the conversation pops up at your company, from my experience and some basic research, there's two big issues that pop up around digital transformational change. You better make sure you select the right partner and make sure they understand and are along for the ride. So if you're looking for a vendor that's going to help you through a digital transformation process and deploying technology, you got to find ones that understand integrating with others. Things are changing so fast that it's really important that they understand how to integrate with other companies or share data back and forth or use APIs. So look into that. That's a really important thing. And number two, workforce engagement, communicate the plan and the benefits. So this is a device that tracks people. And we've been doing this since 2007, and we've helped a lot of companies through the change management of helping people be comfortable with being tracked for a safety purpose. But in a digital transformation, it gets a little bit murkier. So communicating that plan and how it fits into the company's culture and direction and what digital transformation means for the company is really important. So if you're not hearing language from your organization, identifying what the plan is and the benefits, and it's not very clear, you should push back and ask, what are we doing? What does this mean?